What's going on, everybody? RJ Ochoa here from SB Nation's bloggingtheboys.com. Hope all is well wherever you are. We hope you're happy, safe, healthy, and that you've been thinking about the Dallas Cowboys 53-man roster as much as we have. Things have been interesting since the Cowboys set their final roster, but like we said on our live show, like we've been telling you all along, this is far from final. We're going to see a lot of adjustments. We're going to see players put on injured reserve. We're going to see the Cowboys form a practice squad, and we thought we had an indication that maybe the Cowboys would be part of the claiming process. The claims after Tuesday's cuts are officially in. No player on the Dallas Cowboys or that was on the Dallas Cowboys was claimed by another team. However, Rondell Carter is going to sign with the Arizona Cardinals practice squad, according to the Dallas Morning News. So he has been lost, but the Dallas Cowboys have gotten in on the claim action. The Cowboys claiming former West Virginia, former Carolina Panthers quarterback Will Grier, and this is obviously very exciting. And I don't mean to say it's super exciting. The Cowboys have an amazing quarterback on their hands all of a sudden, but this is exciting because this is some level of action that we are seeing the Cowboys take when it comes to bringing in a backup quarterback. We know that the Cowboys obviously are carrying Cooper Rush as their QB2 as they cut Garrett Gilbert. They cut Ben DiNucci. We'll see how things kind of ultimately settle there. This is the first outside person who the Cowboys have brought in to be a quarterback on their roster since Garrett Gilbert, which happened in the middle of last season. This is a positive step. I wrote something on Wednesday at bloggingtheboys.com being really critical of the Cowboys for going with Cooper Rush as QB2. That's something we've talked about here. Will Grier was a third-round draft pick in 2019 out of West Virginia. He's actually the highest drafted quarterback on the Cowboys roster, considering that Dak Prescott was a fourth-round pick and that Cooper Rush went undrafted in 2017. So the pedigree is there. Obviously, somebody who a lot of people thought highly of at West Virginia. And an interesting note, before playing at West Virginia, Will Grier actually played at the University of Florida. Friend of the show, Bobby Belt, actually had this tweet on Tuesday afternoon when Grier was first waived by the Carolina Panthers. Bobby noted that Will played his freshman redshirt season in Doug Nussmeier's offense at Florida, the same Doug Nussmeier who is now the Cowboys quarterbacks coach. So there is that connection there. We have seen connections like that obviously play a factor in different players ending up with different teams in the NFL. I'm okay with this, and I'm really okay with this. I think if we consider who Will has been over the course of now his going on 3-year NFL career, I think he's a project. I think I've talked before about the archetype of backup quarterback I like. I like the young player who's still ascending, who still has a chance to be figured out, who still can be worked with, and we obviously know that Mike McCarthy wanted a project to work on in Ben DiNucci. This is a project that is much more worthwhile. This is a project that could potentially not lead to something significant, but lead to somebody being stable enough to be your backup quarterback in the NFL. You know, unlike Cooper Rush, Will Grier has actually played NFL games. He started 2 games throughout the end of the 2019 season for the Carolina Panthers. You will recall that was the season that Carolina fired Ron Rivera, and Ron Rivera had already been fired by the time Will started. So he threw 44 passes in his first start in the NFL. You know how that goes. Sometimes it gets away from you. You have to throw a billion balls. And in his second start, he only threw 8 passes. So things not exactly stable. It's not a big sample size, but again, it's far more than Cooper Rush has at this point in time. Will has obviously played in the preseason this year, the preseason that is now over. And actually, according to Pro Football Focus, finished with a higher preseason grade offensively, a pass grade rather, than than Garrett Gilbert. This is a difficult thing to look at. You know how reading can be a challenge. Pro Football Focus is passing grades for quarterbacks. Cooper Rush, when comparing Dallas and Carolina quarterbacks, finished with the highest with a 64.6 passing grade. Philip Walker, aka PJ Walker, finished with a 63.9. Then Will Grier comes in at 61.4, and you can see Garrett Gilbert there at 58.6. Ben DiNucci didn't even make the cut, and Sam Darnold, the Panthers quarterback, right there behind Garrett Gilbert himself. Altogether, collectively, when you factor in how big of a need this has been for the Cowboys, how much attention they have not paid to it, the bar has been low to impress us. And that's why if I have to give this a grade, I'm giving it a B. And I don't think we can give it an A because we don't need to freak out. We don't need to go to the opposite end of the spectrum. We don't need to say this is the greatest move that any team has ever made in the history of professional football. But this is a positive step. This is an acknowledgement from the Cowboys that they have work to do at the QB2 position, and it's something that they have not paid enough attention to. It's something that they have not devoted enough resources to over the course of the entire offseason, through camp, through the preseason, etc. So this is a step in the right direction. Good job, Cowboys. Good job, Will Grier. welcome to the team. I hope he gets to wear number 7, just like Cristiano Ronaldo at Manchester United. I'm RJ Ochoa. You know me, of course, from Blogging the Boys. We'll have more analysis on this claim move for the Cowboys and everything that is going to happen. We mentioned Rondell Carter heading to the Arizona Cardinals practice squad. The Dallas Morning News also reporting that Darian Thompson is expected to return to the Cowboys practice squad. So it will be a very busy time for the next couple of days. Check out bloggingtheboys.com as mentioned. Subscribe here to the Blogging the Boys YouTube channel. We will have a season prediction video available for you shortly. Make sure to listen to the Blogging the Boys podcast network. We are available on all major podcast platforms. And have a great day. Have the best day ever. You know why? Because you deserve it. Thanks for joining us, everybody.